Hey guys, welcome to Boxing Squared for boxing news and views from around the internet. It's the one that we've been waiting for. Undisputed has been signed. This has been announced by a various myriad of promoters. Oleksandr Usyk vs Tyson Fury will happen. It will be in Saudi Arabia. It will be part of the Riyadh season promotion. You can see here on screen, here is the promo poster. You've got Top Rank, Queensbury, K2, Usyk 17, all involved in this promotion. As the press release says, it is signed. But obviously, we're still waiting for it to be sealed and delivered. So it says additional details, including the official fight date, will be announced in due course. So what we'll do is get to some of the quotes and then just a few thoughts, because let's face it, this has been a long time coming. I think, especially if you've been following boxing in the heavyweight division in particular closely, you know, we've been here and done that and been round the houses a few times for this one, hoping an undisputed fight would get made. You have a situation that for, 5.5 years, we've been teased with the prospect of undisputed, the first time in a generation that it would occur. You know, some of the players have actually changed in that time. Initially, it was Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua with the belts. 5.5 years on, it's Tyson Fury and Oleksandr Usyk. And you just, in the back of your mind, you're like, well, you've got this fight with Tyson Fury and Francis Ngannou. You know, is that going to be a banana skin? You know, you'd hope not. It probably, based on what I think we've seen of Ngannou in the gym and the training, it's looking pretty like an uphill struggle for him. He's got a puncher's chance for that exhibition fight with Fury, but not much else. So what we'll do is, the quote's here. Frank Warren says, delighted to finally get that fight signed. This is the biggest fight that could possibly be made in our sport. The heavyweights always spark the imagination of the fans, and I have no doubt this will be the biggest boxing event of the century. I look forward to Tyson reclaiming the 3 belts that he never lost in the ring. Huge thanks to His Excellency and the GEA. So there's some Saudi comments up here from the General Entertainment Authority head, Riyadh season, yada yada yada. You also have Tyson Fury and Oleksandr Usyk are the greatest 2 heavyweights of their generation, and I can't wait to see what happens when they step in the ring in Riyadh. This is Bob Arum talking. They are special talents worthy of competing for the greatest prize in sports, said Top Rank Chairman Bob Arum. I would like to thank His Excellency, yada yada yada. Alexander Krasjuk of K2 Promotion says, I can't believe that this is happening, but it is. Difficult to express my admiration for being part of the biggest heavyweight fight of the century. Gratitude, again, more gratitude. Spencer Brown, manager of Tyson Fury, says, I'm delighted Tyson has the chance to become the first undisputed world heavyweight champion of the 4-belt era and prove he is one of the greats of all time. First, though, Tyson will have a chance to prove he's the baddest man on the planet, October 28th. Thank you to, rinse and repeat on the thank yous there. Anyway, so that's pretty much it. So, you know, let's face it, the Saudis are involved because this is a good event for them in terms of their profile and some of what they're trying to achieve through sport. You know, I don't try to mix sport and politics. If you do, make of it what you will in the situation on it. The fight is going to happen, and it's just a matter for the details to be worked out of the when. But clearly the money has been worked out. It's a done deal, and it's taken some of that Saudi Arabian oil money to get it done. And I think we always knew what was going to happen for an undisputed fight, especially with the fight not looking likely to happen at Wembley and bickering over splits and who was the biggest star, that it was going to take the likes of someone with deep pockets to come in and just overpay these guys. And for them, they'll be thinking this is the opportunity for them to, one of the crowning moments of their career, not just professionally, but also financially. So tens of millions of dollars, no doubt on the line to these guys. And let's face it, with the undercard of this upcoming event for the Francis Ngannou exhibition, probably expect some of those fighters who are on that to also reappear on the Undisputed card, which if they're fighting in October, what are we talking about, February or March or something like that. I know Oleksandr Usyk after his last fight said he needed a lengthy break, so I wouldn't expect to see this fight happening this year. But who knows? Money, as we know, has probably got this deal done, and it can influence the outcome in terms of when it's being held and all those sorts of peripheral details. And the Saudis will have the TV rights and other bits and pieces. They'll be looking to make big on this event, although it may be some sort of loss leader in terms of the money that they actually outlay compared to what they get back. But they're trying to transform their economy and trying to get more tourism and other bits and pieces. So, yeah, I love the fight. It really has been a long time coming. I think long-suffering fans, we've been hoping, waiting, willing these fighters to do something, to get it done. And now we're here, as it says, signed. Great news for fans. When and, what else is happening with the event, yet to be determined. But, I think with the actual fight itself, Tyson Fury probably deserves to start a favourite. I guess we'll get the next look at him in October and see what he looks like there, but I think with the way that he now fights, and he is a bit more, he's a very cerebral fighter, but so too is Usyk. But Tyson Fury knows that his advantage is against the so-called pumped-up middleweight and all that sort of stuff. He's got the height and the reach. He's going to need to use them. Usyk, in terms of a stylistic matchup, probably not someone that Fury's going to be ultimately super comfortable with, because there's not too many southpaws that sort of are around full stop that operate at an elite level, but also with the movement, the volume, and the angles that Usyk can create. It really is an enticing matchup. I know some people will say, look, has Tyson Fury been aging Usyk out here? At the end of the day, it's boxing. These things never happen when we want them to happen, and now it's going to happen. Sure, money might have made the deal get done, all that sort of stuff, but we're getting it, and that's the main thing. Usyk may be a little bit past prime, and I think even you can argue Fury. He's had to adapt his style the older he's got, because, 6'9" mover at one point, he had to, really sort of look at what he was working with and the skill set, especially as he's been getting a bit older. These guys are not spring chickens anymore, but they are experienced heavyweights, pretty much at or near the top of their game. And this is, I'm not going to say a fight for the ages, but certainly it is one of the biggest fights in recent memory. An undisputed heavyweight fight, the first time in a generation. We've been willing it to happen, and now we've got it. I can't wait. So this is brilliant news, and I guess with the WBC having said no mandatories for Fury, they've probably been getting a little bit of inside information, about what's going on in the background and not wanting to force things. But we're going to get it. Wasn't sure if we would actually, because given everything that's been going on, all the bad blood and all the sort of stuff that Tyson Fury said, he said he didn't need to face Usyk just a week or so ago. Didn't need to fight him, didn't need Usyk, wouldn't fight him, all that sort of stuff. And here we are. I guess it's another indication as well, and I know Fury's fans will not acknowledge this, but the guy just lies all the time. But that's just Fury. That's just his persona in the boxing game. And obviously, if he delivers on this fight, we get this, and they make it to the ring, and we've got a crowned champion. Fantastic. I think it will also do a lot for the sport in terms of the fandom. Whether it ends up being the biggest fight or the best fight in the last sort of 20 odd years, certainly debatable. It's certainly going to be up there, but in terms of raw numbers and what it might do on the pay-per-view scale, is it going to get close to Floyd and Manny, that sort of stuff, or, Floyd McGregor? Maybe not, but it's certainly going to be a big deal. And at the end of the day, I don't care about the numbers. I just want the fight. I think many of you are in that same boat. Interesting style matchup, and I'm favouring Fury going in, but I think it's going to be one hell of a fight. Can he dismantle the pumped up middleweight and knock him out in a few rounds as he claims? Well, it sounds like we're going to see. What do you make of it all? Drop a comment, loud and often. Hit like, hit subscribe, follow me on Twitter, boxing_squared. I'm out.